Hello everyone, this is Ashmita from Sources Classes. In today's class, we are going to talk about the step-by-step approach towards the CAT preparation. Now, most of you are giving this examination and you all are thinking how you can get good marks, how you can qualify with flying colors and all. So here in this video, I'm going to talk about how you can definitely crack your examination, that also with the maximum marks possible through a stepwise guide. So let's get started. So if you are aiming to crack the most daunting entrance tests, that's the CAT examination, you must have a smart preparation plan as well as a strategy in place. And obviously held in the month of November every year, CAT is the gateway to the elite MBA institutes such as the IIMs, then you have this FMS, then you have MDI, then you have several other institutes also. Now, although different experts will recommend different strategies for studying for the examination, here in this class, we are going to bring to you the simplest and the most smartest step-by-step approach for the CAT preparation for this year. So as I told you, it's in the month of November every year that this examination takes place. So let's start from a few months earlier because last moment preparation isn't that good. So let's start beforehand and just end the syllabus within a specified time so that we can revise it. Talking about the CAT 2022 examination, CAT is a computer-based test with a total time duration of 2 hours. So this exam is devised to evaluate your aptitude for management education and the subsequent flair for the corporate professions. So prior to starting the preparation, you must have a clear knowledge of the CAT exam pattern first. All right. Without which you won't be able to strategize how you will start, how you will go through the entire syllabus and how you will end up your preparation. So before that, let's get through this exam pattern. Now, this expected CAT exam pattern for this year, and that is starting with this verbal ability and reading comprehension, which we call it the VARC in short form. And here you are getting 19 MCQs. In total, you are getting 24, out of which 19 are MCQs and 5 are the theta type questions. Then you have questions around 20 questions from the data interpretation and the logical reasoning section, that we call it the DILR. And out of these 20 questions, you are getting MCQs around 15 and the theta questions around 5. Next, you have this section on quantitative aptitude, that's the QA section. Here you are getting 22 questions in total, out of which there are 15 MCQs and around 7 theta questions. So in total, you're getting around 66 questions. So we have just discussed the outline of the exam pattern of CAT. Now we are going to discuss about this CAT exam pattern in a little bit detailed manner. So let's get started. Now, first of all, you need to know about the CAT exam pattern in details, like how much marks is allotted for the correct answers, how much is deducted for the wrong answers, and all those things you need to know about that. Now, all the sessions, there are 3 sessions actually for this examinations, and all these 3 sessions will be held on one day only, in one day only. And the duration would be around 2 hours, which I have just mentioned, and that is around 120 minutes, of course. And the sections I have already mentioned, but again I would be repeating, that is, it consists of the verbal ability and the reading section, reading comprehension section, which I just told that it's the VARC section. Next you have the data interpretation and logical reasoning section, that is the DILR, and another you have this quantitative ability section, that is the QA section we call it. So in total you have these sections, and total marks allotted over here is 198. Now let's come to the marking scheme. When we are talking about the marking scheme, for each correct answer you are getting plus 3 marks, and for each incorrect answer you are getting minus 1 mark. Okay. There would be no negative marking for the non-MCQ based questions, and there would be no penalty for any kind of unanswered questions. Now let's get to know about the syllabus. Now most of you might have checked the syllabus online, like for the previous years you might have checked it. But you know that every year things keep on changing, like our environment is dynamic, so the examination pattern, and so the syllabus also. So you need to check the pattern, the latest ones, the modified ones, the updated ones. So for this year, little changes have been made in the exam syllabus. So we are going to discuss about that only right now. Starting with the CAT verbal ability and the reading comprehension section. Here, this section carries questions of moderate to high difficulty level, all right? And like after analyzing the CAT question papers, we have shortlisted the most critical topics of the VARC section. That's the verbal ability and the reading comprehension section. Here I'm going to tell you certain things about that section, that is reading comprehension. Now this section, it's the major component in the CAT exam, with around like 70% weightage in this particular section. And here you are going to get around 4 to 5 reading comprehension passages in the exam, with 3 to 5 questions in each. And that was all about this reading comprehension section. Now talking about the paragraph summary section. Now these all are included in the VARC section. So we have just discussed about the reading comprehension section. Now we are discussing about the paragraph summary. Now talking about this paragraph summary, this part checks the students' reasoning and his or her analytical skills. Now questions related to the paragraph summary topic will surely appear in the CAT examination. Now next comes the parajumbos and the misfit sentences. Now another vital area of this VARC is that the topics are mostly like paragraph type, and they are quite time consuming, as the sentences which are given can be lengthy, and arranging them calls for extra effort and extra practice. So for parajumbos and misfit sentences, you need to practice a lot so that you can just finish it within a very short time in the examination. Next, we are going to talk about some of the miscellaneous topics of the VARC section. And these include the sentence completion portion. Then you have verbal reasoning section, which includes fact as well as judgment based questions. Then you have this grammar and usage based questions, which basically includes questions which can be based on common grammar errors, then based on sentence correction, then based on confusing words and phrasal verbs also. Then you have vocabulary based questions, mainly like the fill in the gaps you have. Then you have synonyms and antonyms based questions. Then you have closed passage. Then you have analogies and so on. So the main focus of these grammar based questions, it mainly requires you to be well versed with the typical rules, and you can say the conventions of English language, how much you know, how much knowledge you have actually regarding these things, these little grammar, and the related questions would check your proficiency in that particular area. Next you have the section on this CAT data interpretation and the logical reasoning section. So we have completed our discussion regarding this VARC section. Now we have moved over to the CAT data interpretation and logical reasoning section. So this DILR, we call it in short form. I would be using this particular thing, that is DILR, that's Data Interpretation and Logical Reasoning. This section will be having questions which will appear in the CAT exam in form of sets. Like how much sets? Like it will be around 2 to 6 questions in each set. Okay, and the topics of both data interpretation and logical reasoning are given almost with equal weightage in this section. And yeah, there would be like caselets, there would be like tables, there would be bar graphs, there would be column graphs, there would be line charts, there would be Venn diagrams, there would be pie charts, and like combinations of 2 or more types of types of questions would be linked to each other, including games and tournaments based questions. There would be like letter and number series based questions, then like calendars based questions, then cubes, clocks, Venn diagrams, then you have like binary logic based questions, then you have seating arrangement based questions, syllogisms you have, then you have logical sequence based questions and blood relation based questions. All these things which normally come in the logical reasoning section. Next comes the CAT quantitative ability section. Now like this is known to be the most challenging part of the CAT examination. Now the quant section, that's the mathematical ability section, mostly includes questions from arithmetic, geometry, then you have algebra, these 3 parts like arithmetic, then you have geometry, then you have algebra. These are there in the question paper in the decreasing order of their weightage. Alright, not necessarily in that order which I have told, but in the decreasing order of their weightage which it carries in the question paper, in that year's particular question paper. Now, while the concepts are apparently fundamental in nature, the majority of the related questions are complex to solve. So here I would be telling you mostly from where the questions can come. First, talking about the number system, here you have LCM, HCF, like all the things that you might have done in your school days. So from there only you are getting these kind of questions, like profit and loss is there, like discount problems are there, you have percentage, speed, time, distance, time and work, SI, then CI, that's simple and compound interest, then you have ratio, proportion, you have averages, you have like indices, inequalities, probability, trigonometry you have, then you have coordinate geometry you have, then you have mensuration based sums, then you have mixtures and allegations, and all these things. If you just go through the class 10th book, 9th and 10th book, you will get all these chapters which I am telling you, like set theory is there, Venn diagrams are there, banking related sums are there, and you all must have done these things in your school days. Like for the board examinations you might have done all these. The next thing that I would be telling you is the simplest ways that you can follow, like the basic things that a student can follow to crack the examination. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you really tough things, rather, as I have mentioned in the beginning of the video, that I would be telling you the most simple things that anyone and everyone can just follow. When we are talking about the CAT preparation, first thing that you should be keeping in your mind is that you need to strengthen your basics. Now, CAT preparation should ideally begin with understanding of the basic concepts of all the topics. Okay, and once you have gone through the syllabus and the exam pattern that we have already done in this video till now, you need to start working on the fundamentals of all the sections. Now, as your examination is yet to come, like you have a lot many months before that, you can start right now. You can start as early as possible, and definitely you can finish off with your syllabus till the time you reach your exam time, like exam day. You will definitely have a revision time also. You will also finish off with your syllabus also. So start right now. Clear your concepts, clear your basics, and then start off with the other topics. Like with good conceptual clarity, you will definitely gain greater accuracy in less time. The because you know that while regular reading is essential to get a hold of the verbal ability section, the other two sections which are there demands you to just invest a good amount of time in practice. And after getting yourself well versed with the basics, start solving the topics and like chapter-wise questions which are there. You just keep on solving. Like there are various online portals from where you can give the mock tests. Like regularly you can give your mock tests just to check and just to see how much you are being able to understand and how much you are being able to complete within that stipulated time. Because time management is also very, very necessary, and just because over here you're getting lengthier questions than the other examinations, here you require a lot of time. You need to first understand the paragraph, you need to read it, you need to analyze it, and then you will answer the questions, right? So practice it. Right from now on, keep on practicing it. For any kind of queries, you can definitely call us at the number which is provided in the description box below. Here at Syllabus classes, we teach for all kinds of competitive examinations and all kinds of entrance-based test preparation we do. We provide the solved study materials so that you do not need to work separately on reference books and prepare your notes and all those things. We take mock tests, we take like doubt clearing sessions, we give live lectures, recorded lectures, portal access we provide. So if you are preparing for any kind of entrance-based tests, you can just take the help from our classes. CAT preparation is considered incomplete without taking the mock tests, and the mock tests or the CAT papers or test series are designed to familiarize the students with the level of the paper. So whichever site you follow, whichever mock tests you give, but give, because you need to understand the exam environment and the time within which you need to finish off your paper. And moreover, the mock test results give a clear indication of the CAT aspirant's strengths as well as their weaknesses as regards the different subjects areas. It also talks about these mock tests. If you give, you will understand which different subject areas you are having problem. Like in each subject you might be having different problems. Like in mathematics, you are having problem with calculation, you are requiring more time, so you are having that kind of problem in mathematics. If we talk about English, you are having a problem in analyzing the vocabs. So there can be different problems for different candidates, so you need to analyze your own strengths and weaknesses through it. And it is incumbent that you improve your weak areas as well as simultaneously strengthen your strong areas to increase your score. The next thing that you can obviously do is to analyze your mock tests thoroughly, and then you can just adopt a proper strategy that you will follow. Now this is a step that most CAT aspirants skip in their journey of their entrance exams. Now this exercise of assessing the mock tests will provide a clear picture as to where you stand, and also it will give you a guideline to formulate your exam strategy. You should bear in mind the importance of each of the questions that are given in the mock tests and its relevance to the CAT exam while designing the study plan. Like each one of you will have your own study plan, right? So you need to analyze through your mock tests how your study plan should be. And remember that every candidate requires a different strategy as per his or her strong and weak areas. So as you attempt more and more mock tests, you will get to know which techniques and tricks works best for you. Besides that, you will need to have a distinct strategy for the various question types and sections. So you need to assess that yourself. Now here I'm going to tell you certain final tips that you can follow for your CAT exam preparation. And yeah, of course, start early as possible. That would be the basic thing that anyone would tell you. So start as early as possible your preparation. Do not wait for the last moment. Nothing can be done at the last moment. Okay. And the other tips which I would be telling you is that just go through the CAT previous year's question papers just to understand the pattern as well as the difficulty level of the paper. like whether you are expecting much more difficult or whether you are expecting less difficult, that you would understand if you just analyze the previous year's question papers. Then you can just make a note of the important topics that you read from the diverse areas with a focus on understanding the content. Make a note of the important topics like subject wise, okay, and that will indicate to you the amount of time that you need to devote to each subject. The next thing that you need to understand is that you need to master the reading comprehension section. It is advised that you read from diverse areas with a focus on understanding the content. And talking about the general awareness section, it's that one area where most like students lag in, and therefore you need to start reading your newspaper articles, and then you need to listen to debates which will further help you in understanding the issues, because otherwise you won't be able to just go through it or understand it. You need to watch news. You need to go through the newspapers. If you think newspapers are kind of boring for you, you can just watch news. You can YouTube. There are so many video platforms from where you can get the top headlines every day. So go through those. Although you can say that there is no GK section in the CAT exam, still it is important to stay abreast of current affairs or current events for further selection rounds. That is, you have this GD round, that's the group discussion round, where you can come across these kind of GK questions. Of course, it's not about can coming across it. They will definitely throw you a topic which will be based on current affairs, current events. So you need to start your preparation right from now, not only for the first round, but also for the successive rounds that follow it. Then there's this PI round, that's the personal interview round, you call it. Then you have the WAT round. So yes, so for all these, you need to make reading a habit that will help you ace the verbal section, as well as the successive rounds that follow this first round. And you should be aiming to score higher in every mock test you take. If you get a particular marks in the first exam, try to secure a bit more in the next mock test. Just target it, not just try. Rather, I would use the word target. Target to get a little bit extra in the next mock test. Then again extra marks in your next mock test. Go over like that. Last but not the least, focused hard work is the key to success. So focus,